Now, Trump advisor Kellyanne Conway may have just broken the law on live television. This is great. Now, on an appearance today on Fox and Friends, she was basically talking about how great Ivanka Trump is. She really likes Ivanka Trump. Okay, I don't have an issue with Ivanka, but she seems to really like Ivanka and had some problems with Nordstrom's. Now, Nordstrom's, of course, had recently dropped Ivanka's line. Now, Kellyanne Conway and Donald Trump both say, oh, it's political, you're dropping our line, no reason, there's no reason. Well, Nordstrom says, it's because your shit's not selling. Nobody wants to buy your stuff. So, and we made this decision earlier, nobody wants to buy your stuff, so we dropped it. We can make room for things that actually sell. Well, again, Donald Trump and Kellyanne Conway, they're not exactly buying that excuse, that explanation. Now, let's take a look at some of this video from Fox and Friends and see what she has to say about this. Let's take a look.
I do find it ironic that you've got some executives all over the internet bragging about what they've done to her and her line, and yet they're using the most prominent woman in Donald Trump's most prominent,
right.
She's his daughter, and they're using her, who's been a champion for women empowerment,
sure.
women in the workplace, to get to him. So I think people can see through that.
Wait a minute there, Kellyanne. No, I think what you were talking about is alternative facts. As I just explained, Nordstrom dropped her line because the sales sucked. They were not doing very well. Now, look, I don't know if it's because it's overpriced or it's garbage or just overpriced garbage. Or, look, maybe, to be fair, even the Trump name has just been tainted, right, by Donald Trump's presidency. A lot of people who used to associate that brand with, quality and wealth are now looking at it like, racism and corruption. I'm not going to buy that. I don't know. Look, and as far as the quality, they could be perfectly lovely. They could be junk. I don't know. But for some reason, people are just no longer buying this stuff. Now, do you know what they call that? They call it capitalism. Now they're complaining about it. It's funny. Now, no. According to Kellyanne Conway, it can't be any of that. No, it's got to be these companies are getting back at Donald Trump. Again, no proof of that. Those are alternative facts. Now, look, notice I teased that how it might have been illegal for her to do this. Now, I want to show you another part of this video, and then we'll break it down. I'll show you why what she did is not exactly on the right side of the law. Let's take a look.
30
Go
seconds.
buy Ivanka's stuff is what I would tell you. I hate shopping. I'm going to go get some on myself today. This is it's a wonderful line. I own some of it. I'm going to give a free commercial here. Go buy it today, everybody. You can find it online.
All right. Kellyanne Conway.
Hey, man, it's a wonderful line. It's wonderful. Go buy it. Go buy it. I'm doing a free commercial for her. Go buy Ivanka. Great line. I even own some of it. You realize she was about 2 seconds away from giving out the website. Go here, buy her stuff. So again, look, you might be asking, yeah, okay, she likes Ivanka's stuff. What's wrong with that? Well, for that, I go to Larry Noble. Now, Larry Noble's general counsel for the Campaign Legal Center. That is a nonpartisan organization that was based in Washington, D.C. Now, he saw this segment, and he tweeted out, quote, "It appears Kellyanne Conway may have just violated a ban on federal employees using public office for endorsement of products." To that I say, oops. Or,
oops.
Now, let me get into more detail about what that actually means. Now, the statute that he cited is known as 5 CFR 2635-702. And basically, it addresses the use of public office for private gain. Now, there's a part of it, Part C, that states an employee shall not use or permit the use of his government official or title or any authority associated with his public office to endorse any product, service, or enterprise, except in certain circumstances. Now, again, I'm not quite sure what circumstances it is, but from the face of it, looks kind of illegal. Now, you also have not just Larry Noble talking about it. You also have former Obama administration official Chris Liu that also shared a federal ethics law on Twitter that he believes Conway broke. Now, let me read that to you. Now, it's as follows. An employee shall not use his public office for his own private gain, for the endorsement of any product, service, or enterprise, or for the private gain of friends or relatives. Now, the law applies to employees of an agency which is defined as an executive department, a government corporation, and an independent establishment. Now, look, Ivanka Trump, she still has a business interest in her clothing lines. Donald Trump also has a conflict of interest in this whole thing. Now, The Independent explains, most modern presidents have sold their financial holdings and put the cash raised in a blind trust whose investments remained unknown to them. Donald Trump has not done that. He has not distanced himself from his empire. Instead, what he did is that he gave managerial control of his company to his two sons, and still seems actively engaged in helping out his business. In fact, that recent tweet about Nordstrom itself, how, they're hurting Ivanka, that seems to be an indication of a conflict of interest. When the president himself is tweeting things out and saying, Nordstrom being so unfair, don't shop there. When Ivanka Trump, who's part of the Trump empire, tends to be competing against Nordstrom, that's a bit of an issue. In fact, Kathleen Clark, a government ethics expert, said that the Nordstrom tweet is problematic because other retailers might think twice about now dropping the Ivanka Trump brand for fear of getting criticized publicly by the president. She said it was especially disturbing that Trump retweeted his message on the official White House account. Now, what's funny, a little ironic about this, is that it kind of did the opposite of hurting the brand and of making people think, oh, maybe I shouldn't drop Ivanka Trump's line. Stocks in Nordstrom have actually went up by 5%. Funny. But still, the whole point remains is that you should not be doing this. And look, again, you add in that tweet with Conway's Buy Ivanka commercial. And look, you watch that whole thing for context. All she's doing is saying how awesome Ivanka Trump is. How wonderful she is, how hard of a businesswoman, how hardworking she is, how great of a business person she is, how much work she put into this, and all that stuff. Basically talking her up for almost the entire interview, while tearing down some business leaders think are having fun with this whole thing. But I think Ivanka's great. In fact, you should buy her products. This was a commercial. It absolutely was a commercial. All that should make it pretty clear that this administration intends to use its power not to benefit you, but to benefit themselves and their private businesses. And Kellyanne Conway is just another example of that. They're not even hiding it anymore. This corruption, it's out in the open. It's right in your face. They're laughing at you. They're putting it it's right in front of you. If you think the Trump administration is actually here to work for you, you are not paying attention. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent progressive media, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/TYTNation.